A little beggar woman interrupted the millionaire's wedding and shouted, "Don't marry her, or you won't survive after." Ignoring the beggar woman, the millionaire was chilled by what his wife was capable of doing on their honeymoon. The Whitmore mansion glistened under the Sunday morning sun, its French windows reflecting the golden light that bathed the impeccably tended garden. Anna, a 7-year-old girl with deep brown eyes and wavy black hair framing her round face, nervously adjusted the ribbon on the sky blue dress her father had insisted she wear for the special occasion. Michael, her 45-year-old father with slightly graying temples, paced back and forth in the living room, obsessively checking if every object was in its proper place. "Daddy, why are you so nervous?" "It's just another visit," Anna asked, watching her father's trembling hands straighten the sofa cushions for the third time. "My little one," he replied, stroking his daughter's hair. "Today, you're going to meet someone who will bring a lot of happiness back into our family." The sound of the doorbell made Michael practically jump, and Anna noticed how he quickly checked his appearance in the hallway mirror before heading for the door. The girl remained a few steps behind, her small hands clutching the hem of her dress with anxiety. When the door opened, it was as if a gust of French perfume invaded the environment. Catherine was the personification of elegance, tall, slender, with perfectly styled blonde hair in a sophisticated bun, and wearing a red dress that seemed to have been tailored just for her. Her green eyes, accentuated by impeccable makeup, scanned the room before settling on Anna. "Michael, darling, you didn't tell me your daughter was so adorable." Her melodious voice echoed through the room as she gracefully approached the girl. "Our little princess is the most precious thing I have in my life," said Michael, his face lit up by a smile Anna hadn't seen since her mother's death. Breakfast had been carefully prepared by the housekeeper, who had gone to great lengths to present various cakes, fruits, and breads on the dining room table. Catherine sat with studied elegance, her perfectly manicured nails tapping softly on the porcelain cup. "So, dear Anna," she began, her smile as bright as pearls, "your father told me you love princess stories. Maybe we can read some together later," the stepmother said, and the girl smiled shyly, feeling a comforting warmth in her chest. "Do you know the story of Cinderella?" "It's my favorite," Anna replied, receiving an enigmatic look from Catherine in return. "Of course I know it. It's one of my favorites too," Catherine responded. Throughout the meal, Catherine kept up an animated conversation, making Michael laugh, as Anna hadn't seen him do in a long time. The girl watched in fascination as the woman managed to keep everyone around her entertained with her stories about travels and experiences in different countries. "Daddy seemed so happy," Anna thought, watching her father lean toward Catherine, drinking in every word she spoke. "Maybe she really can help us be a family again." After breakfast, Michael had to take an important work call and retire to his office. It was at that moment that Anna noticed a sudden change in the environment. Catherine's warm smile transformed into something different, something that made the girl's spine freeze. Without warning, the elegant woman stood up and with a sudden motion pushed Anna's plate away. "Listen up, you little fat girl," she whispered, leaning over the table in a threatening manner. "Don't think I didn't notice how you devoured that cake, just like your dead mother. Isn't that right? Well, know that things are going to change around here." The change in Catherine's behavior was so abrupt that Anna barely had time to process what was happening. With precise movements, the woman began to clear the plates from the table, throwing away any remaining food. But I hadn't finished yet," Anna mumbled, her voice trembling. Catherine turned to her with a cruel smile. "Did you really think I'd let you keep stuffing yourself like a little pig? Your mother may have allowed that, but now the rules are different." The sound of Michael's approaching footsteps made Catherine instantly reassume her sweet mask. "Oh dear, don't worry about helping clean up," she said in a loud, melodious voice. When Michael entered the kitchen, "You're such a helpful child." Anna remained paralyzed in her chair, looking at her father, who smiled proudly, completely oblivious to what had just happened. Later that day, as Michael showed Catherine the mansion's garden, Anna watched them through her bedroom window. Her stomach growled with hunger, but the fear of going downstairs and encountering Catherine alone was greater. "Why does she hate me?" the girl thought, a solitary tear rolling down her face. "Mom, I wish you were here so much." Night was falling when Anna decided to go downstairs for a drink of water. In the hallway leading to the kitchen, hushed voices caught her attention. Hidden behind a column, she saw Catherine tampering with something on the kitchen counter. To her horror, the girl realized they were the pills her father took every night. "Everything must be perfect," Catherine muttered to herself, switching pills between different bottles. Very soon, Michael appeared in the kitchen, smiling when he saw Catherine already setting out. "My pills, darling, you're an angel." Catherine smiled sweetly, handing him the tablets and a glass of water. "Just taking care of you, my love. After all, we need to make sure you stay strong and healthy for our future together." Anna watched powerless as her Father swallowed the pills that Catherine had tampered with. The rest of the night unfolded like a slow motion nightmare for Anna. Catherine continued her flawless performance in front of Michael, but whenever he was distracted, she would shoot icy glares in the girl's direction. "You're just like your mother," she whispered as she passed Anna in the hallway. "And you know what happened to her, don't you?" Lying in her bed that night, Anna couldn't sleep. The days of events replayed in her mind like a horror movie. The sound of Catherine's laughter echoed in her ears, mingling with the noise of the pills being swapped. "I need to tell Daddy," she thought, clutching her teddy bear to her chest. But will he believe me? The first rays of sunlight were beginning to appear when Anna finally managed to fall asleep. Her last tears drying on the pillow. In her restless dreams, she saw her mother smiling and waving from afar, but every time she tried to reach her, Catherine appeared, her perfect smile twisting into a cruel expression. "You're mine now, little one," Catherine's voice said in her mind, "and no one can save you." The following morning, as she prepared for breakfast, Anna heard Michael and Catherine conversing in the hallway. "She'll get used to the idea, dear," Catherine said in her syrupy voice. "Children always take a little while to accept changes." Michael sighed heavily. "I just want us to be a happy family again." Anna felt her heart tighten as she heard Catherine's response. "Oh, don't worry, my love, I'll take care of everything, absolutely everything." That first morning marked the beginning of a new reality for Anna as she watched Catherine move about the house as if she had always belonged there. The girl felt a growing fear settle in her chest. Her only certainty was that nothing would ever be the same again. "Mom," she whispered to herself, looking at her mother's portrait that still hung on the living room wall, "please protect me. I think I'm going to need your help a lot now." The kitchen clock read 2 in the morning when Anna, barefoot and trembling, silently descended the stairs. Her tiny feet carefully avoided every step that could creak, while her stomach ached with hunger after another day without proper meals. The darkness of the house was broken only by the faint moonlight streaming through the windows, casting ghostly shadows on the walls. For days, Catherine had been strictly controlling her portions, allowing only a few spoonfuls of food at each meal. "If this continues, I'll faint at school tomorrow," Anna thought, feeling her legs weaken. "I need to find something to eat. Anything will do." The kitchen, once a place of comfort and happy memories with her mother, now seemed like a forbidden and frightening territory. Anna moved like a little ghost between the cabinets, her trembling fingers touching the handles with extreme caution. The sound of her own breathing seemed deafening in the night silence. She opened the first cabinet and found only plates and cups. "Catherine must have hidden all the food," she whispered to herself, her voice thick with frustration. "She always thinks of everything, always thinks of everything with a determination born of desperation." Anna continued her search. Every drawer, every cabinet door was a new hope, soon followed by disappointment. Finally, high on a shelf, she spotted a box of cookies. As quietly as possible, she dragged a chair over, trying to reach the object of her desire. Her fingers barely touched the edge of the box when a noise made her freeze, looking for something. "Little rat," Catherine's voice cut through the silence like a razor, or should I say little thief. The fright made Anna lose her balance. The chair swayed precariously, and she fell to the floor with a dull thud while the box of cookies tumbled down, spilling its contents all over the kitchen floor. Catherine remained standing at the door, her silk robe fluttering slightly with the night breeze coming through the window. Her green eyes shone with cruel satisfaction in the dim light. "So this is how you thank me for all my generosity?" she asked, approaching with slow, deliberate steps. "By making a mess of my immaculate kitchen." In the middle of the night, Anna tried to get up, but her legs were shaking too much. Broken cookies surrounded her small body like evidence of a crime. Tears began streaming down her face when she saw Catherine taking something out of the pocket of her robe, an old rusted key. "Do you know what this is, dear?" Catherine asked, dangling the key in front of the girl. Wide eyes. "It's the key to your new special room." With a quick motion, Catherine grabbed Anna's arm, her perfectly manicured nails digging into the child's soft skin. She dragged her through the dark corridors of the house, descending a staircase Anna had never noticed before. The air grew colder and damper with each step they took. "Please, Mrs. Catherine the First." "I'm sorry," Anna pleaded, her voice trembling. "I was just so hungry." The response came in the form of a low, cruel laugh. "Hungry? You don't know what hunger is yet, my dear, but you'll learn." The basement was a large, dark space with only a small barred window near the ceiling. Old boxes and dust-covered furniture draped in sheets cast threatening shadows on the stone walls. Catherine shoved Anna inside with force, making her stumble and fall onto the cold floor. "This is where naughty children stay until they learn to behave," she said, her voice now laced with false sweetness. "I hope you learn your lesson quickly." The sound of the heavy wooden door closing echoed through the basement like a final sentence. Anna ran to it, pounding her tiny fists against the rough surface. "Please, Don't leave me here, she cried, panic taking over her voice. It's dark, there are rats from the other side, she could hear Catherine laughing. Rats? Well, I thought you liked them since you act like one. The hours dragged in the darkness, each some minutes seeming an eternity. Anna huddled in a corner, hugging her knees to her chest to try to keep warm. The cold of the basement pierced her bones, and the strange sounds coming from the shadows made her tremble with fear. Mommy, she whispered repeatedly like a mantra. Please help me, please make it stop. The sound of footsteps upstairs made Anna raise her head. It was morning.